I'm gonna show you how I'm eating more calories but still dropping weight. I spoke about this a bit in my last video, how I was raising my calories slowly after being in a deficit to try and get back to maintenance and hopefully past maintenance. The goal was to be maintaining my weight, but the weight is just dropping. I have increased my calories by about 250. Actually, yesterday I ate at the calories that I want to get to kind of see what would go on. And I woke up a pound less, which was very shocking to me. I think right now, if I jumped to eating at those calories every single day, my weight would slowly creep back up. But it is nice to see that my body is like, my body's working. From the point of my last video, I've dropped 3 pounds in about 2 weeks, which I'm really pleased with, again, because I'm eating more. I also went on like a little weekend vacation and was not tracking it all and was just eating whatever I felt like, but with being like a little bit mindful to try and focus on protein. Ladies, especially, every time I say ladies, it reminds me of, I keep switching arms because it was shoulder day and my shoulders are tired. I keep thinking of that little thing that's like, ladies, leave me alone type shit, you know? It's like, shake your treads. My daughter just walked in. But yeah, I just got back from the gym, so that's why I'm looking disheveled. I didn't even finish what I was saying. I wanted to say that ladies especially, I think we're taught, at least my generation, if you grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, you're taught that like eat as little as possible, try and be as small as possible. I promise that is not the way to do it if you want to like maintain. And so that's why I want to share this full day of eating, show that I've raised my calories by 250 and I've dropped 3 pounds in 2 weeks, which is actually quite a lot, especially because I went on vacation. And especially my period's actually expected to come in like 4 or 5 days. And usually as my period approaches, my weight actually goes up. So the fact that it's going down, and I went from 3 to 4 Stairmaster sessions a week to now only like 1 or 2. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy, isn't it? To get some food in me, and then I left for like this flavor of them. Yakety yak. Come back. I might put a headband on. I think I've spoken about this in a video before, but here my hairline, the postpartum hair loss did me bad. Sadly, the hair still hasn't come back. I usually like to wear a headband because it just makes me feel a little bit more confident, but I was like, let me not do the headband. I don't know. I made this sourdough yesterday, aiming for about 50 grams. Handy dandy scale. You can get a scale like this on Amazon for like $10, $15. Very, very affordable. And it's just nice if you want to start tracking your food. Even if you just want to track for like, if I was gonna give recommendations, you don't want to track for very long, track for a week or 2, eat normally. Don't start like being like, I'm just gonna eat normally. Track what you're eating, see where you're at. Let's say you track, you're eating 2,500 calories and you want to lose weight. Drop it to like 22,000 calories. You'll probably start losing about a pound a week, because let's see, 3, 5, 7. Yeah, so if you track it and on average you're eating 2,500 calories a day, drop to 2,000, that's a 500 calorie deficit if you're not doing anything else. If you don't want to work out, don't want to add your steps. So 500 calorie deficit per day times 7. That's 3,500 calories. It's 3,500 calorie deficit to lose 1 pound. So you should on average lose about a pound a week. I say average because especially as a woman, our weight does fluctuate just even depending on where we are in the cycle. So don't get alarmed if it doesn't drop exactly a pound or drops a little bit more. If a week or 2 passes and you're like dropping like that, probably raise it a little bit. If a week or 2 passes and you're not dropping at all, you probably need to lower it a little bit. That's a very quick like, I went through that very fast. If you want like a more in-depth, like breaking it down, taking my time, I'm happy to explain. I just weighed this piece of bread. It's 71 grams. That's way more than I want. So I'm just gonna get a smaller piece of bread. I'm sorry, my baby's making noise. I always track my calories the night before so I know around what I'm eating for everything. This piece is 51 grams. I track what I'm eating the day before so I have a good idea and it's like fitting within my macros rather than going as I'm eating. Then you get to the end of the day and you have 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of fat, 2 grams of carb, like you don't have any choices of what you want to eat. So I basically know what I'm eating before the day comes. It's called everything but the bagel seasoning. Yesterday I made this combination of hard-boiled egg, avocado, and cottage cheese. I made a double portion yesterday. I already know the measurements. And then I had yesterday with some like flour tortilla chips from Whole Foods. And now I'm just gonna do the other half on my sourdough bread. This girl's gonna help me put my everything but the bagel seasoning on. So I'm just gonna, wait till I put this all on there.
Let me read.
You're waiting? Oof, okay. It's a little tinted weird because the avocado's been sitting in the fridge, so it like browned a little bit, but I don't really care because it's just because it's a little brown doesn't mean it's bad. Almost. Okay, that's good enough. The rest of this I will be using my finger and eating it. That's not just going straight in the sink. That's too crazy. Sprinkle it on. Thank you, Jude. Oh no, I don't need any more. Thank you though.
One more.
No, look how much. There's too much. And this is what we have for post-workout. Lots of protein, carbs from the sourdough bread. Sourdough bread also has some probiotics, and then some fat from the egg and the avocado. I do use low-fat cottage cheese, so it doesn't really have any fat. If you wanted this to be lower fat, you could skip the avocado, or you could skip the egg yolk and just do the egg whites. Yummy, it's so good. Look, listen to this crunch, listen, listen. Listen. You can't even hear it because it's always going in the background. Oh, you put all of them in there? I want to get the little like DJI camera. If you have that or know someone that has it, let me know if they like it. Every day is creatine. I like this brand, Create. There's a third-party company that did tests to see like what creatine gummies actually have creatine in them. And Create, you 3 now, you ate one. Each gummy has 1.5 grams of creatine. I think the tests show that they actually have like 1.55. So they're not playing in your face. A lot of these other companies that they tested, it was like, they were claiming 2 grams per gummy. It was like 0.5, it was crazy. So I do really like this company. I just am not really wanting to take gummy things very often. Jude just smacked my butt. She smacks my butt because Chloe's always smacking my butt. And I'm like, I have to stop because she thinks this is a normal thing to do. I see left. So I think once I finish this, I'm gonna switch to a powder from ProMix actually, which I recently started taking this ProMix pre-workout, and I actually take their electrolytes too. I really like this brand, ProMix, because it's pretty basic ingredients, and then the sweetener that they use. So a lot of these things are like sugar-free, but they'll use like sucralose, or a lot of pre-workouts will use sucralose or some other 0-calorie sweetener that is just like a little bit harder on my stomach. ProMix uses monk fruit, so I really like that. And this tastes really good for like what it is. I lift 4 times a week, and I'll take pre-workout or I'll take a little energy drink, and the Lalanis are my favorite. My caffeine intake has like just slowly gone up, and I now can officially drink a whole one of these and not feel sick, which is not great because this is 200 milligrams of caffeine, and I will probably have a coffee later in the day or some other form of caffeine. So my caffeine intake has pushed up. I want to get it back down to under 200. Probably do that in the fall because fall's like cozy, a little bit slower. We'll see. You gonna say it? This is Mama's vitamins. I am making my little next, I want to call it a meal, snack. I have these with some protein coffee, but then I got a notification on my phone that someone just dropped off a package outside, and I know what it is, and I'm so excited. I'm going to show you. I think if I sit down, you won't be able to see me, so I'll just awkwardly stand here. The babies are having snack time in a show, and I also have a snack. I have here my I have here my sweet potato fries that I spoke about. I had sweet potato fries for the first time in a while again, like a week ago. I was craving them, and I actually ordered them from, I think it was either Red Robin or TGI Fridays, whichever place has sweet potato fries, because not a lot of places make sweet potato fries anymore. But they are so yummy, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna incorporate this into my regular days of eating, and so I do my sweet potato fries with some protein coffee. I use the Koya nutrition shakes. If you want to save on Koya, you can use code NIC anywhere online. You save 20%, which makes them very affordable in my opinion from someone that has used and tried out many protein brands. Protein shakes and protein powders can get a little pricey, so if you use that 20% off, I really think it's worth it. If I don't do a Koya protein shake, I will just do almond milk, collagen, and then honey and cinnamon. You'll see a lot through this day that a lot of my meals are like same meals, different fonts, and that's how I prefer to do it. I like to choose foods that I know sit well with me, foods that I know that are pretty high protein. I want to make sure I'm getting fiber throughout the day, and obviously carbs and healthy fats as well, but I really do prioritize protein and fiber. I also think it's important to fit in the things that you love, and sweet potato fries, They're so good. And that brand, excuse me for talking with my mouth full, that brand Alexia is really good. But let's finally get to the first. From Anthro, I like to have, you'll see me probably often with that fanny pack I carry a lot, and then I have like a bag that's like a nicer bag for like going out and stuff. And then I like to have a bigger bag so that when I go to like appointments, or if I'm just out and about with Jude, if I have to take her somewhere and I'm gonna be sitting watching her but like by myself, I like to have a bigger bag that I can put my laptop and or Kindle in. The one I had before was starting to like peel and stuff and just was not working well. But now I can do this. So I'm so excited. It's big. I'm trying to decide if it's a little too big. Let's see. Let's fully take it out. Ooh, and it's like a very, very dark brown, chocolate brown color. Oh, actually, I love it. It's gorgeous. Oh, I love that it basically, is it showing up as brown or black? It's like a deep chocolate brown, and which I thought made it absolutely worth it. It comes with this smaller one. They have a few different versions of it. They have, this one is leather. They have a few versions that aren't leather that are about half the price, but a lot of those don't come in stock until like October. I'm gonna be honest, I did want that instant gratification. Cute. I like the smell. I'm gonna make my lunch now because the babies are occupied and I have to take Jude somewhere after Lev goes down. And it's always like a rush to put Lev down, get myself fed really quick. They eat before they go down. Usually she has quiet time as well, but like I said, I have to take her somewhere. So I wanna make sure my lunch is made and ready to go. So right after I put my son down, I can gobble down my lunch and then take her where she needs to be. I'm gonna actually be filming it for a TikTok or short. And that's what this setup is going on. But it's pretty simple. Right now I have a tiny bit of oil heating on my cast iron. I'm just gonna rub it around just so like it is greased up with a paper towel, but I don't actually like want that oil because I want my fat calories from the sesame oil because that's gonna add some flavor. And then I'm gonna do rice cauliflower. Again, I am not anti-carb. I want to make that very clear. I just sub out carbs when I want something else. So for example, I'm very much a sweets girl. I love my desserts. Something that really helped me stick to my weight loss is making sure I'm fitting in desserts, fitting in high protein desserts, and then fitting in desserts that aren't high protein, just normal desserts. The way I do that is that in my actual meals, a fair amount of them will be quite low carb or low fat or both. And then I take those carbs and fat from the meals and then have my sweet treat. That works for me. Some people might be like, oh, that's not good, blah, 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 but that's what works for me. I am keeping most of those sweet treats, like they're not anything crazy majority of the time. And then here or there, I'll treat myself with like your quote unquote actual sweet treats. I'm gonna do some edamame shrimp that I already prepped. I prepped 3 servings and I like to eat 1.5 servings at a time to get a fair amount of protein. So I'm just gonna eyeball half of this and then the rest I'll eat another time. I'm not concerned about weighing it out because I'm the only one that's going to eat this. So even if I eat less than half now and more than half the next time I eat it, I still got all those calories, and as long as it evens out throughout the week, I'm not that concerned. Gonna add some rice vinegar for flavor. This has 0 calories, and then coconut aminos, which does have like, obviously 35 calories is not that much, but it's something. So I will be measuring this out. I'm just gonna do a teaspoon, which is 1/3 of a serving. 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna take the paper towel and just not burn myself, but just wipe the oil around. This is almost done. Just want the cauliflower to crisp up a little bit since it was frozen. So it reminds me more of like fried rice. That's what's going on here. Fried cauliflower rice instead of fried rice. You're playing doctor with baby? Wow, cutie. Added some sriracha on top, and this looks yummy. I'll be eating this in like 30 minutes. I'm honestly just gonna set it here because I don't care if it cools down a little bit. It's still gonna be yummy to me. I just put together the baby's lunch. Well, I'm almost done. I gave them apples. These look scary. Banana oat pancakes, basically with some spinach. That's why they're this color, but they just taste like bananas. I like to give them the same shape apples. If you have toddlers or even just 2 kids, 2 young kids similar in age, you get it. So I'm just gonna eat the rest of this leftover apple. Probably like a half apple. The babies are saying they're hungry. You're making food for you? Oh, okay. It's not done yet? No. They're in their little play kitchen. Also, I took off what I was wearing underneath because it was like a jumpsuit, and I pee a lot because I'm drinking a lot of stuff, and it was getting annoying taking it on and off, especially like dealing with the babies and everything. So I just have it off. So just don't look, okay? When we got back from Jude's appointment, I had a sparkling ice, a kiwi strawberry flavor. I love these. And then I had a buffet muffin. I had the cocoa for lemons flavor. This is what it looks like. I buy a bunch of these in bulk because the shipping's like $20 and I just keep them in the freezer. Overall, they're pretty good. Now it is a protein muffin. Like each of them has anywhere from 25 to I think 30 grams of protein. So like you have to lower your expectations like a tiny bit. Like it's not gonna taste as good as a regular muffin. When I first had one, the way I explained to Corey was it tastes like if I went to someone's house and they gave me a muffin and I was like, oh, you made these like 2 or 3 days ago. That's what it tastes like. I also discovered if you pop them in the microwave for a bit, they taste much better. So I'd highly recommend that, especially the ones with the filling. Pop in the microwave, the filling's we're making, well not we're, I'm making crispy cheesy tofu. I'm gonna be using nutritional yeast and then I'm gonna be making that with the pesto pasta. Before putting Lev down for a nap, I sliced up the tofu and put it in a cloth and then put my cast iron pan on top of it just to make sure to get out all that liquid, and that's gonna make the tofu much crispier. If you try this meal, you have to try with balsamic glaze if you like balsamic vinegar. It adds so much to it and it's so yummy. Look how good that looks. I have a little amount of pasta because I don't want that many carbs. Once again, I'm saving my carb for my nighttime treat, and then lots of tofu for the protein. Is it good? Mm-hmm. Corey's, Jude girls, and Chunk of Chunks. We call him Chunks with love. Like I feel like one day someone's gonna be like, why are you calling him that? Go ahead and end this video here. Last thing I'm gonna eat is my Ninja Creamy, which I basically have every night, but that was my full day of eating. Also, if you haven't gone on a walk yet today and you're watching this video and it's not too dark out, I challenge you to go on a walk, get those steppies in. All right, well, I hope this video was helpful. Let me go before my camera dies. I hope you liked seeing my full day of eating. I hope this video is helpful and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Bye.